Hey there. You want to know how all these different Microsoft changes could actually impact your partnership status? Well, in today's episode, we are going to go over the Microsoft CSP changes that are definitely coming out. They're super relevant and they're super timely. We also want to talk about moving from potentially being a direct partner with Microsoft to an indirect provider, such as Pax8. Lastly, now, you could be with a current indirect provider that might not be actually making the cut. Hey, everybody, I'm Kristen Fehrenbach, and I lead the global partnership here at Pax8 with Microsoft. Thank you so much for tuning in to Technically Unraveled, where we talk about Azure, Microsoft, AI, cybersecurity, you name it, you will find it here. On today's episode, I'm super excited to bring on a guest. It might be his first time, but I can guarantee you it won't be his last. Chris Sharp is joining us today.
Hey
How are
there,
you
Kristen.
doing?
How are you? I'm doing
Oh,
well.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Man, we've got you across the world. So thank you so much for making time. So tell us who you are. What do you do here at Pax8? And where's that accent from?
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, firstly, let's start. I'm in the future. I'm in Australia, so I'm 17 hours ahead of you guys. So I can tell you what the weather's going to be like. It's going to be a little bit colder than it is today, right? When you wake up tomorrow, you're going to be cooler, right?
Excellent.
Um, where's the accent from? Obviously, Australia. Although I lived for 20 years before I moved back to Australia with Pax8 in Singapore. So the accent has become just a little bit confused. Right now, what's my job? I have the wonderful opportunity of being corporate senior vice president for business development for Pax8. You probably are thinking, what does that mean? It means I get to go out and work with partners and with vendors and look for new opportunities. Look for ways that we can bring them into the Pax8 ecosystem. Look for ways that we can help people to grow and really look at the opportunities that there might be for them and us together.
Well, I think that we've got a really big opportunity out in front of us that we get to work super closely on. And there's a lot of changes that are coming to the CSP program, and CSP is a cloud solution provider. So as we look at some of these changes that are happening in the CSP program, can you just kind of give us a bit of an overview? And what does that mean for partners that are buying through the channel versus direct?
Yeah, sure. You know what? The CSP program has changed a lot and it continues to change. Microsoft has really been pushing hard over the last number of years to make CSP the hero SKU. And they've started to think about how do we make sure that the SMB and indeed the mid market company is covered by the right products. Now, what they want to do is they want to make sure that the right partners are being taken care of within the channel. And so they're looking to reduce some of the partners that they are dealing with directly and move them out to indirect providers, organizations like Pax8, who have shown over the last number of years the amount of effort that we put in to helping to drive the growth of the CSP channel. So that impacts on a number of different levels, doesn't it, Kristen? It impacts people who currently have a direct relationship with Microsoft. It also impacts some of these other distributors who are in the market. And so Microsoft announced these changes. They became effective at the beginning of October, and we're really starting to see the changes happening right now in the market.
We sure are.
So,
And I mean, like, there's a lot to unpack here. So I think the first thing when that slide comes up, I'm like, wow, $1 million revenue threshold for direct. So talk to me a little bit about that because
yeah,
that's going to be an impact.
yeah, it's a really big impact. Previously, to have a direct relationship with Microsoft, you really needed to hit about $300,000 a year in transaction with them, right? Now, what does that mean? That means that you had a product or service that you were taking out to market that embedded some Microsoft technology, and you had a solution designation. You were valuable to them on a certain product. Now, your value hasn't diminished. It's just that Microsoft has so many of these partners now that they need to help. them to get the service that they need. Now, those solution partners need to come out and work with an indirect provider who is designed to help them. So going from 300,000 to a million really means that we might see upwards of two-thirds of these partners having to find a new home or moving over to these indirect providers. People, as I said before, like Pax8. All right. Now, it also means that they also have to have or continue to have their solution designations, Kristen, right? You can't be a direct provider unless you have something that is really important and really makes a difference between you and others in the Microsoft world. And so their managed partner list will change in the way that it's designed and put together. And so there will be an opportunity for us and others to help these partners to grow even more.
I mean, that's what the channel's about. It's an
It
ecosystem
is.
and it's meant to support. So I definitely think that Pax8 is positioned very well to be able to support some of these transitions. But I mean, what's the rationale? Like, there's a lot that's going on, right? Like, we've moved to NCE. I said it, don't come for
Mhm.
me. We've moved to NCE, but like, why right now? And I mean, is this related to maybe security and business maturity? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think the security is always going to be an incredible piece of everything that we're doing. We, as an organization, have spent so long trying to make sure that security is front and center in everything that we do. Think about the great people that you've had the opportunity to have on this show. People like Matt Lee and Moisten Thomas and others who are just security superstars who sit there and talk about the value of security to our partners. Microsoft knows that their partners need to raise their game because there are so many threats out there in the market. And so the only way that you're going to get to AI is to make sure that you have a really secure environment as an organization. So right now is the time for us to really focus on those things.
I think Microsoft's also realized that they can't manage all of these accounts and they can't manage them
No.
to the level that an indirect provider could, where is, you would have a typical account executive and all these people at Microsoft. That landscape has changed, but it hasn't in our world. So now, these partners are able to come and get these full account teams with experts and all of this really cool stuff, which is such a benefit to their business. So, I mean, when you think about this, the partners who aren't meeting maybe these new direct requirements, what are the options? Like, what are we really looking at?
Yeah, so it's a challenge. If you're a partner who is not going to make the thresholds, then you need to look for some of those services that really help you to grow, right? You need an organization that can put together go-to-market services with you. You need an organization that sits down and thinks about each of Microsoft's different clouds and helps you on the journey around those. Account management, as you said, is incredibly important. And I don't think that there are enough account managers in the Microsoft world to take care of all the partners in the right way. Account management isn't just, can we have a QBR? Can we sit down and see how your scorecard is going? It's really about, how can I help you to grow? How can I help you to look for that next practice that you might build? How can I sit there with you and look for, what's the opportunities? Where's the dollars that you're leaving on the table? And that's an incredibly important part of what we provide when we think about how we help our partners to grow. I think that for a direct provider or a direct reseller who is coming over to an indirect provider, they need to find an organization that has a marketplace that is incredibly strong. They need a platform that has the technology to provision instantly their licenses. And then they also need not just account management, but technical support that is at a level where, for the most part, the support tickets are being closed in-house, right? They're not being escalated back to a vendor. That's an incredibly important piece. And it's all about speed, and it's all about taking care of our customers, our end user customer, and making sure that they're getting what they need. And I think that if you've got an indirect provider in behind you who has that capability of really making sure that support is done quickly for you, helps you to grow your market presence, helps you to drive your new opportunities around building new practices. Wow, that's the right thing for somebody to really latch on to.
I love it. I love it. And so another thing that we touched briefly on was the Pax8 marketplace. And so I want to
Sure.
go a little bit deeper into this because another team that I love to talk about is our product and engineering because they're incredible. Now, our Pax8 marketplace is going to help partners manage subscriptions, integrations, operations. They've got so many different things, Chris. So give me just
Yeah.
kind of some of your highlights. I mean, there's more than just co-terming, right? Like, what do you
Oh,
think?
yeah. Yeah, look, our marketplace to me. Look, I've been around. Look at the grey hair or lack of hair. I've been around for a while, so I've seen a lot of people trying to build marketplaces. I love the Pax8 marketplace, and I really enjoy the experience that we are building for our partners. You're right, Chris, and our P&E team are pretty incredible. Um, they are pulling together an environment. We've got over 130 different vendors inside the marketplace at the moment, right? And we're taking care of millions, tens of millions of subscriptions, millions of end user customers, right? So individual licenses, ridiculous numbers that go through this platform every single month, every single week, and that to me is amazing. Um, the things that I love around marketplace, I love the concept of a storefront. I love the ability for our partners to set up an environment where their customers can log in and their customers can purchase product immediately from them and transact. I also love Opportunity Explorer and making sure that as we think about the different parts of the stack that might be put together, that there is something that is guiding a partner on this might be your next logical product to take out to your customer. We all need little fairies who can come along and show us, or little elves, or whatever you want. People who can give you a roadmap, right? Where is the treasure buried? Right? I love the fact that with our Opportunity Explorer, we're showing you where this treasure is, and you can go after it, right? And we make it real for you around all sorts of different pieces of the stack.
Hmm. All right. Line is
You've never
set.
heard them called fairies, have you? The
I,
P&E
I,
team and
I
their
was, you went
opportunity.
from fairies, I went leprechauns, but I think we're in the
Yeah,
same
okay.
realm.
Yeah, same realm.
Excellent. So now, we've talked about the marketplace, we've talked about over 130 vendors, right? So, what is the
Yeah.
benefit of transacting multiple vendors in a singular marketplace for a partner if they're really thinking about it? I mean, they might have the direct relationship with Microsoft now, but
Yeah,
they probably have other things in their stack. So, what is the benefit
sure.
of all of it being together?
You know what? It gets really confusing, doesn't it? When you're getting bills from all sorts of different people and they're coming in on different days of the month, and some of them come in this format and some come in a different format, and all the rest of those things becomes really challenging. And I would hate to be the accounts payable clerk in any of our MSPs if I'm getting it from a whole series of different vendors. So a single bill, a single pane of glass, a single opportunity to look at things. Having the ability to connect to your PSA, if that's something that you use within your business, it's incredibly important, right? And so 130 different vendors covering multiple categories, there's lots of opportunity here.
Chris, this time always goes so quick on the show, but before we go, what is just a key takeaway that you would have for partners that could be impacted either way?
Yeah, look, I think the biggest thing is just to trust in the process. There are people who are out there who are going to be trying to do some things maybe that aren't quite as safe. So just trust it. Spend your time working with account teams. Spend your time understanding the organizations that are around. Make sure that you are choosing an indirect provider who has incredible support, who has professional services that they can line up for you, has um, an academy style business, someone who can train you, somebody who can help you to think about what is your next practice, what is your next logical area that you might be trying to build. And also make sure that they have a platform, a marketplace that enables you to drive everything that you need. And in the future, have the ability for you to sell your products to customers through that one marketplace. I think that's the way that I would be thinking. If I was an MSP, if I was a direct partner, if I was an ISV, I'm looking for the place where I can not only have my needs taken care of and my customers' needs, but also have the ability to me resell through that platform over time.
I love it. I couldn't have said it better myself. Chris, I know that you are an ocean away. So I want to say thank you so much for taking the time and jumping on today to talk to all of our partners.
No problem. Loved it. Thank you.
All righty. Well, I said it. We're going to have Chris on again because that was a great conversation. I know we covered so much content. I would encourage you to reach out to Paxaid. Let us help guide. I know that you could potentially have a lot of questions. That is what our account teams are here for.